BB's podcast, and today I have some very cool segments ready for you. So why don't you get in here? Let's talk. Get in here. Let's talk. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Get in here. I got some stuff to talk about today. Today, I sure do. So we're gonna get straight to it. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're gonna get straight to it. So get in here. Let's talk. It's the Be Myself and I podcast. And it is 1 minute before Wednesday, July the 10th, 2024. So good morning on your Wednesday morning. I'm so glad to be able to come to you and chat about a few things to get your day started. So if you're watching this live, do me a favor and put a bumblebee or two in the comments. And if you watch this later, you got to automatically put 3 bumblebees in the comments so I can know that you're with me. So let's get right straight into it. I like lots of things, and I have made a list of BB's favorite things. BB's favorite things include thing number 3, biking. I gotta tell you what, I moved to Atlanta, Georgia a year ago, and I lost my vehicle. Mind your business. And due to that, I have taken up a new sport, child, biking. I've been using biking to get around as it's greener and cheaper, way, way, way cheaper, and allows me to have a faster transportation than my leg, child. And I really love biking. And how do I know I love biking so much? Well, my bike was recently stolen, child. This is Atlanta. Somebody cut my bike cable and made way with my bike last week. Oh, what a tragedy. What a tragedy. It hurt me so bad. I was at the workspace, actually the workspace that I'm in right now, getting some things completed, completing some tasks that I needed to get done. And when I got ready to leave and went outside, I found that my bike was gone. It was very sad. Oh, it hurt me very deeply. Oh, did it hurt me? But it let me know how much I loved my bike and how much I love biking. There's so much that goes on with bike life. Like, I can't even begin. But, like, right now, because it is Hotlanta, I have found out why they call this place Hotlanta, because it's summer and this place is really hot. One of the biggest tips I can tell you if you're thinking about becoming a biker and getting into bike life for a greener way of transportation, cheaper on your pocket, new way to live, is you better get you some towels, because in the summertime, baby, you sweat on that bike. What I like about the bike is it builds your endurance over time. After a while, I believe you begin to get more endurance with riding the bike. I'm a grown-up, okay? So I'm sure, this is the road less traveled to many grown-ups. I have run into grown-ups all the time. They'd be like, you ain't got no car. No, I don't have a car, and I'm going to wait till I can get the car that I want. And in the meantime, I still got to get around. So I use a bike. One thing that's really handy for a bike is to have you a book bag that you can strap on. That way you can take things with you. I've seen other bikers in the city have baskets attached to their bike. And since my bike was recently stolen, I'm considering what I want in my new bike. Something that was really cool about my bike that helped me with my live streaming on Facebook, my platform, is that I had a phone holder connected to my handlebars that allowed me to, record as I'm riding the bike. I can record front facing or forward facing, and really that was something that was really handy. So when I do get a new bike soon, that's going to be something that I really want to add to my new bike. My second favorite thing I want to talk about is air fryer fried chicken. Nope, that's number 1. My second favorite thing is actually the Bug tennis racket. Child, have you heard of the Bug tennis racket? It's I first started messing with these a couple years back, and I found them at Lowe's. But they're a tennis racket that's designed to zap and electrocute flies, and they work on flies, gnats, fruit flies, and all kind of bugs. If their bug can touch that wire, that thing can kill them. And I love me a bug tennis racket, child. And I recently was gifted a brand new bug tennis racket, and this one is white, child. I have a white bug tennis racket that I love very, very much. The bug tennis racket is an inexpensive greener way to kill these animals, so you're not spraying all kind of sprays, all kind of aerosols and things in the air, child. You're just zapping these bugs and getting them killed. So that bug tennis racket is one of my favorite things. And then my number one favorite thing that I already gave away is air fryer fried chicken. Child, I don't get up on air fryer fried chicken. Can I tell you about it? Air fryer fried chicken is delicious. I recently discovered air fryer fried chicken. I was just Googling around and I saw that it was a thing. Listen, I just got on air fryer life this year. This year since moving to Atlanta. I know everybody else had an air fryer, but I was like, what is that? I don't even like the microwave. And I kind of thought it was something like a microwave, but no, that air fryer makes things crispy. And air fryer fried chicken is a nice alternative to your traditional chicken that you fried in a big vat of grease, child, because you use a fraction of the amount of grease. Way less grease is used. And so the chicken tends to be a little healthier, but you don't have to sacrifice the crispiness, child. You don't sacrifice the crispiness with the air fryer fried chicken. And so that is just very exciting for me. I love air fried chicken. I love it. And so I definitely want to talk about it right here, right quick. So air fryer fried chicken, man, have you tried it? Put it in the comments if you have tried air fryer fried chicken. It's delicious. You can basically, I found that the air fryer fried chicken recipe worked best when I bread the chicken as if I'm breading chicken to make like wings. I did it earlier this week and it came out pretty good, but I used too many breadcrumbs, too much of the breadcrumbs for the breading. But the air fryer fried chicken, you want to make a batter. You can fry it the Chef Carmen way, I'm sure. But I have found going old fashioned with the egg batter over the chicken and then using flour, a mixture of flour and breadcrumbs to bring it out. I season my chicken meat and let it soak in that seasoning for a little bit. I think I let my chicken sit for like 30 minutes in the seasoning before I added egg and then breading and then fried it. Or actually, I fried it, but I just drop it in the air fryer. You want to get some kind of spray bottle so you can coat the chicken with oil. And listen, this is my new favorite thing. That chicken comes out crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside, cooked all the way through, and it fries so much faster. It fries in about 45 minutes or less, depending on how big your air fryer is and how many pieces of chicken you're frying. Like I did 5 chicken wings today, or I guess that would be technically yesterday, Tuesday. I did five chicken wings and I cooked it for about 35-40 minutes. First starting out at 300 to allow the chicken meat to cook before the outside cooks too fast. And then I turned it up after about 20 minutes. I turned the chicken up to 400 degrees and let it go another 15-20 minutes. And that air fried chicken come out delicious. I'm going to cook some more tomorrow. I'm in love with it. So bug tennis rackets and air fryer chicken, biking all over the city of Atlanta. These are a few of BB's favorite things. And those are my favorite things. Now let's move on. The next segment we have to talk about is horror stories. I gotta tell you a scary story. I got a scary story to tell you, and I'm sorry, but I gotta tell it to you. It's very scary, and just brace yourself. Brace yourself. I'm gonna tell you a scary story. I was sitting on my couch minding my business, and I felt a gas bubble in my gut. Oh! And so I said, let me give a push to push this gas bubble out. And when I pushed the gas bubble out, child, I felt a hot, wet sensation. Ah! It wasn't a fart. It was a wet fart. Oh, the horror! The horror! Listen, I am no young spring chicken. I'm 36 years old, and I swear one thing about these 30s, and I'm getting closer to 40 than I am to 30, child, is my body will surprise me sometimes. My body will surprise me sometimes. Aging is just something that we all gotta do, right? We all gotta do it. But I'm getting older, and certain things like are starting to betray me Child, my bookie hole be betraying me sometimes. I'ma just say it. I'm sorry. This is not for children. It's explicit. And I told you it was gonna be a horror story. But yes, I had a day where it was just so hot in Atlanta and I had a lot of errands to run. So I ran a ton of errands that day and I was so hot that I actually slammed water all day. And if you know this isn't like me. I struggle with drinking water. My son has a mantra that he has to bark at me regularly. Hydrate before you dehydrate, mom, is what he says, because I will forget to drink that water and I will be against drinking that water. And it's just something else. It's just something that I do. But I tried to make sure that I drank water that day because it was very hot. It was very hot. And so after I had the horrible, horrible experience, I immediately consulted my main physician, which is my teenage son. And I said, I think I had a little wet fart. And, why do you think that happened? I drank so much water today. I shouldn't be having diarrhea. And my son explained to me, and put it in the comments if he's incorrect, but I think he's correct. It made perfect sense to me that the colon's job is to remove water from the stool right before the stool comes out. And being that I don't regularly drink a lot of water and then I suddenly drank a bunch of water, the colon was just not equipped to handle all of that water. So it just shot it right out. That water was able to pass through because my colon didn't have time to remove the large amount of water that I drank that day, being that I don't typically drink a large amount of water. Child, thank God for these kids and they Twitter fingers, child, because they can help you figure out some things that you didn't know. But I definitely found out, child. I learned today. I learned that day that slow down. If you're going to start drinking water, yes, you should drink more water, but ease into it. Don't go from 1 glass a day to 10 in a day because you might end up with a horror story. But definitely drink more water. That's the final word. Drink water regularly, though, so you don't shock your body when you drink water, the amount of water you're supposed to drink. Lord, have mercy. Now, I got one more segment for y'all today on the Be Myself and I podcast. The very last segment that I'm going to do is called Address It, No Money, No Honey. Child, when I was a young warthog, my mom told me this thing: no money, no honey. What it means is, don't be messing with no man if he can't spend no money on you. And I had to learn the hard way because over my years, I've been trying to be like more considerate of men and realizing that they have the same hardships that we have. And as statistics say that women are making more, so a lot of times we make more money than them, and but they're supposed to be the ones that's courting and all of that. And I don't know what in the Kevin Samuels, but honestly, these men are cheap. Fewer men seem willing to date women. Many believing women want them to make large financial investments in the courting process. In the end, we alienating each other. That's my opinion. I feel like we're alienating each other as fewer men want to court women with dates and flowers, and they just don't seem like they want to spend much money on us. Now, while I don't deny gold digger culture is upon us, child, it is. I know that class never goes out of style. And so I know that there are still women out here who are not gold diggers. And I know many of them, and I can put myself in the part. I know the class never goes out of style, and I'm just growing wary of from suffering in the wake of some men's negative experiences. These men just don't want to spend money on you anymore. They don't want to take you on dates. I have been trying to date in Atlanta and I've been finding out. That's why I said, what in the Kevin Samuels? It just seems like they just look at us a lot differently. And I guess as women become more of the bread winners, these men are looking at us like, well, win some bread then, bitch. And I'm not sure, that it's exactly what it's supposed to. I'm just not sure. And but like, I've been dating or seeing a guy for a little while, and I ended things because something that just perturbed me. He would not buy me food. And I'm sorry, my mother, God rest her soul, I feel like would just roll over in her grave if I would call myself continuing to take up with the man who can't even feed me. I just feel like that's the bare minimum. I know these men feel like that's not their responsibility anymore, but I'm just not with it. I'm not with these new age men believing that it's not their responsibility to do this and you make more money. I just feel like it's all very zesty to me. I'm just gonna be honest. Um, when women punish men for their past, I feel like they lump in a few bad experiences together. But when men try to punish us for their past, which I think that's what they're doing when they're denying us the dates and the dinners and the flowers, I think a lot of men do that because um they feel like I'm never going to get caught again. And I feel like when they do that, it's been one experience. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like when women, men complain that we punish them for our past. But I think when we do that, it's usually because we got more than one experience where we remember being slighted, getting our heart broken by different men. But I feel like with men, one woman, they run into one gold digger, and that's that. And I feel like y'all can't do us like that because that be y'all fault when y'all choose women for what she looks like on the outside, for what the homeboys is gonna high five you for, and then come to find out this woman was only after your money. And I can really men feeling like that because most of the men who be like, "Oh, you're after my money," like I be thinking, but nigga, you don't got no money. You don't got no money. I don't know. I don't know. And it's just like I said, what is the Kevin Samuels child? That man done teach these men to hate us. And it's sad. Like I just stopped talking to somebody because the man wouldn't even buy me something to eat. And worse than that, one of the times that I was hanging with him, he ate in my face. And I realized that I sit up at his house and be hungry, and I've been sitting at his house hungry one night, and that thing frustrated me so bad. I've been sitting at his house hungry as hell, and I had to go get me something to eat. I'd be having to order food, and then I realized, like, why am I hanging with a man if I gotta be hungry, if I gotta be ordering food? My mama would turn over in her grave. Like, I just feel like the bare minimum, I mean, feed the bitch. I mean, I'm sorry and excuse my French, but the bare minimum is feed the bitch. That's just what I was taught. And I just feel like if men will just drop this like anger or resentment towards women for I don't know what, then we would be able to stop alienate each other and really form some cohesive agreements, some real relationships, and repair the family units. Like, I just feel like people don't want to get married as much anymore, and it's scary to me. I'm, like I said, closer to 40 than I am to 30, and I be like, man, I ready for my husband, and I find him yet, but it is what it is, right? In conclusion, I just really want men to understand that engaging in traditional courtship does not make you a simp. That's my time. 18 minutes for y'all. Thank you for joining me on the Beat Myself and I podcast. I'm BB. Make sure you're following me on all my streaming platforms, child. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Look for BJokey on Instagram. Right here on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to this page, get subscribed to them. Subscribe. Because there's a lot going on this page. You want to be subscribed because I'm about to take my podcast to the next level and you're going to want to be subscribed to it. So subscribe. Who am I? I'm just a bipolar entrepreneur out here trying to get it, child. I slip and fall more often than I stand up straight. But I'm going to get it in the by and by. I'm a believer. I love Jesus. And that's pretty much me in a nutshell. As you continue to watch and witness my podcast, then you'll get more out the deal in it. I think so. So thank you so much for joining me. Now I love you very much. And I will talk to you guys later. Until next time, mind your goodness and read your Bible. Bye.